Hey, you random stranger. I hope this finds you well. This week was a tough one, but I'm just glad that there's always K-On to fall back on, and I'm really looking forward to watching more episodes with you guys today. Last time, Mugi and her strawberry crime kind of stole the moment, and I already talked about appreciating the big brained, like long game setup for that episode and that moment. And so I want to start this recap off by spending some time giving episode 13 and its brilliant narrative structure its due as well, because I've rewatched that episode a couple of times, and especially that last scene with the summer festival. And it is amazing how much more nuance and symbolism that you can pick up on. And also, a couple of you guys shared some really cool stuff about that episode as well. So in episode 13, Azusa's having a pretty tough time, constantly daydreaming about her senpais and clearly missing them a bunch when they were off, studying. And that recurring use of the dream motif really paid off big in the last few minutes, especially when Azusa has her internal monologue about how the time she's had with the HTT club feels like a dream. And actually, it's easier to talk with some screenshots. So let me just pull this up here. Ah, yep. Okay. Wait, I just, yep. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay, so this is like when the girls are uh, arguing over whether to put goldfish in Ton-chan's tank or something ridiculous. And Azusa, as she so often does in this whole scene, seems to waver between smiling at how much more fun life is with these girls and then suddenly getting hit with this like sad realization that it's not gonna last. Um, yeah, so that's sad, and that's just happy. Like, how can you not be happy with friends like that? Oh, this is this is a classic 3v1 shot. It's always like Mio versus the rest, or to put it another way, it's Mio being her slightly terrified self, knowing that she's gonna be dragged into a world of crazy by the other three, but it always works out in the end. Yeah, it's just as this again, just contemplating how time with her senpais is slipping away. But then like when they're all getting excited about going to see the fireworks and Yui notices that Azusa's just sitting there, I love when like Yui extends her hand out. Oh wow, Yui's hand looks massive there. Um, and then this moment when Azusa hesitates, probably still thinking about whether this is all still a dream. And then Yui just like grabs a hand, just kind of snapping her out of it. And I really appreciated the very audible sound of Yui like grabbing Azusa's hand. It was like a very proactive, hey, let's not miss this moment kind of grab. And the sledge mentioned episode 13 as having this carpe diem angle. And if you're not familiar with the term, carpe diem is Latin for seize the day, or let's make the most of the present. And this here was a great example of that. Yui being all, let's not miss the fireworks while they still last, but also it's paralleling Azusa just learning to appreciate the moments right in front of her and with her senpais. And then we get to this beautiful series of shots with Azusa running behind the other girls. And you know what? I didn't even have to analyze too much this part because you guys did it all for me. Okay, so let me just pull up some of the comments. Yeah, so Andre's Armendariz wrote about why the scene is so emotional. They wrote, it feels like Azusa is starting to realize how much the rest of HTT means to her and that they'll be graduating soon. The combination of the fireworks and the slow-mo as Yui holds Azusa's hand, dragging her along, is almost like a representation of Yui taking her on these wonderful adventures. Yeah, I did love like the slowing down of the frames, going into that dream-like state where things get a bit blurry and kind of fantastical. And then from SNWH122, do you think when Yui is pulling Azusa along and she thinks it's a dream, if that represents the 2 years she has spent with the Light Music Club so far? Yui grabs a hand and they all run together, but then when they hit the crowd, I think I've got that. Yep. She loses Yui's hand and she's left all alone while her senpais keep going. And I feel like the episode really drives home how hard it is for Azusa being a year behind them. Yep, for sure. I think they used this whole dream-like sequence to emphasize how amazing this time has been for Azusa. And when Azusa is saying, like, I think it's here, this one, yeah. When she's saying they're so pretty, she's not talking about the fireworks. Her focus is actually on the other girls. And even later, when she keeps asking herself, was that all real? Am I just dreaming again? That ties this moment with all of their previous bizarre dreams that Azusa's had about Yui and the others. Meaning for Azusa, this moment is as unreal as those dreams, and that's really saying a lot. Because remember, she did dream about all of them going down water slides as they eat yakisoba. So sometimes reality can paradoxically be just as or even more dreamlike than actual dreams, especially if, like Azusa, you have friends like these girls. It's also a bit sad. Like here, Azusa is running with the girls, but she can only really see their backs. It's that tension of she's with them, but not fully, or there will come a day where she can't go where they go. And then, of course, as SNWH122 said, that tension all comes to a head with the physical separation of Yui and Azusa. Sorry, I gotta just take a sip of my coffee. Any coffee drinkers out there? I hope so. We Aussies are a bit obsessed with our caffeine. All right, so let's keep going. Oh yes, there was another comment from Sir Emanon. Welcome to the channel, by the way. So they also had a great point about this moment. Just as she was unsure whether or not she was daydreaming, Azus is unclear about what the future holds for the group, but Yui pulls her out of that dreamlike trance and causes her to appreciate everything presently around her. And yep, so there's the carpe diem again. And then they wrote that their favorite part was Azusa being dragged by Yui through the crowds as the fireworks are in clear view above, with her vision slightly blurred as if once again in a dream. But as soon as Azusa loses Yui and the rest of the group, the fireworks stop and her vision clears back up, creating a powerful metaphor for the beauty and spark that the Light Music Club group brings to Azusa and how that could be extinguished once the group becomes separated. Which is such a sad observation, but so true. The sequence of shots for this was so well done, like so emotionally intelligent. And I love that right after Yui disappears, Azusa is looking ahead for her in the crowd while everyone else around her is looking up, enjoying the fireworks. And then when Azusa finally looks up, the fireworks have already stopped. So in a sense, she's missed out on them. And to me, it's that carpe diem lesson again. It's that the future is important, but if you worry too much about it, you'll end up missing out on what you have right now. But it's not all sad. So even though all that was left was smoke, symbolizing how even something as amazing as time spent with Yui, Mugi, Ritsu, and Mio will eventually become just a memory. Ui and Jun come right along. And on that, Redler Red 7 expressed my feelings exactly. So they wrote, I'm super happy that Kaon is willing to show us that Azusa has friends outside of HTT. Years ago, back when I was first watching the show, I got really worried that Azusa was so focused on her senpai that she neglected forming connections with other people, which would have been utterly devastating for her when her senpai graduated. And sure, the only other friends we're shown she has are Jun and Ui, but I think they're enough. She still has people who support her, which I feel is important. Yeah, the episode ended up in a good place with Ui, Jun, and Azusa walking home together, and eventually Jun agrees to join the K-On! Club. And so, actually, for this shot, when Ui is asking whether the girls that they've lost will be fine, Azusa kind of smiles and replies with, they'll be fine, which ended up being my favorite line of that episode because it really sounded like she was saying to herself, I'll be fine. And yeah, so I'm happy where the episode went. Actually, on Jun, Forecast G commented on how it's clear that Jun really wants to join the HTT club and really envies their chemistry. And of course, you know, Mio Senpai. I mean, the fact that the club has Mio Senpai. But she's still stuck with the jazz club, showing that the characters in the show, even side characters, have their own decisions and don't just fall into the main cast whenever they call on them. Remember back when Azusa and Ui went to school and trained the first years in the jazz club? This was when the other girls were on a field trip. It shows that Jun has her own responsibilities to look after. Yep, that was a great point, and I'm just glad that the episode confirms that Jun will eventually join Azusa once the other girls are gone. So I was very happy for our little Slither Claw. There you go, that's when she agrees. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is not part of anything. I had to take that screenshot. I do hope, okay, just on a whole other point, I do hope that by the end of the season that Mugi will be united with her well-deserved yakisoba. I mean, look at how she looks at it. It's like that's like the greatest love story that was never told. Now, if you thought we were done with analyzing this scene, you would be wrong because it took me a while to work out the other reason why this scene triggers so many emotional beats, and it's because of the music. And so I tried to find the background music that they use for this scene to comment on, but I couldn't find it anywhere. And so I just kind of transcribed it all onto the piano. It's really rough and it's not like a one-to-one representation, and there's parts of it where it's not 100% in sync, but hopefully it'll be enough to give you the basic idea. So yeah, you know what, let's have a impromptu lecture. K-On! Lecture 104, how K-On's music reveals more than what's on screen. Okay, hopefully this is gonna work. So we're gonna start where Yui is dragging Azusa along and the fireworks are going off. So there's no music at all here, you know, unless like you count the joyous laughter of the K-On! Girls as music. So everything fades out into the dream state, and then in a couple of seconds you'll have this very simple, very lonely, I wouldn't even call it a melody. It's more of a melancholic playing of two notes back and forth that really speaks to Azusa's fear of being alone and being left behind. So I'm going to play it now. The silence. Here we go. Okay, so then when Azusa loses Ui in the crowd, you have another part joining in, this one playing what we call a broken chord, so just three notes of the chord, while the first part continues to play. And then all of a sudden, the first part is not so lonely anymore. And interestingly, this second part comes in right as Azusa loses Yui. So even though on screen, Azusa is left all alone, musically, she's not. So while Azusa is looking up sadly at what's left of the fireworks, what the addition of an accompanying melodic line says to me at least, is that at no time was she ever really alone. And that makes sense given how fast Ui and Jun were able to catch up to Azusa. They would have had to have been running right behind her to do that. So I'll play this now just so you see where the second part comes in. And you have Ui and Jun. Okay, so right now, so right after Yui and Jun find Azusa, that's when the third part joins in. And again, there's like just more layering of sound, this time with both chords in the left hand and a stronger melody on the right. And for this upcoming part, I love that there's actually 3 parts that's been introduced. And then on the screen is shown the 3 future members of the Light Music Club. So let's play that now. Yep, that's part. Okay, and then there's more. So when Azusa asks Jun to consider joining the club, yet another part comes in, and this time it's going to be the bass part. So it's played in the lower register on the piano. Hang on, just play it now. There we go. Joy in her face. Okay, and I was like, okay, so that's so cool. You have like the first 2 parts remind me of the 2 electric guitars who often get solo parts, right? And then the third layer is kind of like Mugi's piano, you know, with the chords. And then here with the 4th edition, it's like Mio's bass. And of course, there's that reference to Mio thrown in there. Or, you know, whoever it is that's going to be the future bassist of the Light Music Club. You'll also notice when you watch the scene, and I didn't recreate it here because I don't have a percussion set, but there's a very, very, very light synthesized drum beat that starts up too right after the bass part comes in. And I'm definitely reading too much into it, but I was like, of course, you can't get Mio without Ritsu trailing very, very closely behind her. Okay, so let's keep playing. All right, I'm going to pause it here for the last time because I guess this is the moment when, very poetically, when Azusa is in the shower and still thinking about whether it was all just another dream, thinking that she's going to be alone. That's when, and you'll see it in a few seconds, how when the full orchestration comes in with like a more fuller synth drum beat, like the works. And so despite Azusa worrying about a future without her senpais, the music actually gives the whole scene a more hopeful, more crowded tone and reminds us that Azusa does have other people around her. I also love that right here, Azusa is like looking up and through a bubble, again asking if it was just a dream. And the bath bubble, like the question is it going to pop or not? Is this dream going to end or not? And we actually get the answer to that question both on screen and musically. So Azusa realizes in the next couple of shots that no, the great time that she had wasn't a dream. And also musically, with the hope that's injected that I was talking about before, I think it's signaling that even though this particular dream will end, there's another one already in the works with Jun and Ui and other future members of the HDT club. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys listen to just when everything comes in. Okay, so that's well, you know what? I might let you guys listen to the full breakdown without me pausing and stopping and starting it because I think that might be more effective. Now that you know the full story, uh, okay, let's start from here. So yeah, there you have it. This emotional scene summed up narratively and musically what has been a consistent theme all throughout season 2 in just over 2 minutes, and that is why episode 13 is so good. All right, just a couple more notes on Mugi and the strawberry because I had to. Thank you, Oliver Yayato, for giving some cultural context of the term skinship, which is what Mugi used when expressing what it is that she really wants. So they wrote, it is a word used in Korea and Japan and describes non sexual but intimate physical contact between close friends like hugging, holding hands, or also washing and bathing together in public bathhouses. And that was very interesting to learn. And I don't know, like after watching episode 14 and seeing how much Mugi thrives on expressing affection and having closeness and skinship, I do have to agree with a few of you who said that you'd lean more towards putting Mugi into Hufflepuff, even though I still really want to keep her in Ravenclaw. So maybe it's more like a 60-40 ratio, like 60 Hufflepuff and then 40 Ravenclaw. Oliver Yayato also commented on the writing of this episode, which I do want to rant about just a tad more. So they wrote, at first, you think the Yui and Nautica strawberry theft is a bit like a Simpsons episode B plot, but it comes back around in the end and actually helps in the conclusion of Mugi and Ritsu's main story. Yeah, everything is tied together, and I swear I'm starting to sound like some kind of conspiracy theorist when I talk about the writing on K-On! But there's so much evidence of the writers keeping meticulous track of every single little detail as each episode goes on. And then you never really know when a random detail is going to pop up later. So from a character relationship perspective, I love the consistency that meticulousness creates. So for example, even after Mugi steals Mio's strawberry, she doesn't get the reaction she wants. Mio is too traumatized, I think partly because it was Mugi who stole it. So Mugi, this ever reliable best girl with whom Mio has had an established, very predictable relationship. Um, or, you know, on another take, there's no head smack for Mugi because it wasn't Ritsu who did it. So even afterwards, when Mio knows what Mugi wants, the smack invariably lands on Ritsu, who did nothing wrong, by the way. So I do appreciate how these specific bonds between each of the different pairs, whether it's Mio and Ritsu or Mio and Mugi or Mugi and Ritsu, etc., they've all got like the quality of like a fundamental law of physics, even as the story and the characters do evolve. All right, guys, after that massive introduction, we are going to get started on episode 15 called Marathon Tournament. Must be some kind of, I don't know, like maybe a school sports carnival or something. That would be interesting. I don't think we've seen them exercise before. All right, I hope you guys are all settled in, and let's play this in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, summer vacation is over. I can't imagine my school principal ever saying that. Azusa's lost her tan. Oh, I really hope we get the English lyrics this time. Yes. Yeah, again, it's a very Yui kind of song. I just let out everything. Oh, I love that Migi and Ritsu moment. Dash into the hall to chill. Ah, okay. You know what? When you look at these lyrics, it's actually really deep. Says strawberry. The tremolo attacks. There's nothing wrong with being hyper. Ah, okay. Okay, so it's very much a carpe diem song as well. Like, feel the moment. Oh, it is a bit sad though. It's like we'll sing again one day, so even though there's an end, it's like the love will keep it going forever. Mickey's like, don't forget the dollar store. Azusa. Oh man. So I don't think any of them are kind of sporty, except maybe Mugi because of her, you know, Herculean strength. Oh, Oba-chan. Also, I love when Azusa was bursting in looking all shiny. Like, she wants to make memories with them as much as possible before they leave. Oh, okay, so it's stamina that's a problem. 42 Ks. That sounds like a lot. Oh, it was. Should have known, Yui. So cool. They'd get arrested. Sacrifice for the people that come after you. Is that like I thought it was like blood pudding or something. I have no idea what that was. Oh, they finally get a ride in the car. I thought Yui was gonna find something that she's not meant to see in Sawako's car. Oh, red bean soup. I mean, food is Yui's biggest motivating factor. This is Sawako has this tendency to treat everything heads of rice heavily laden. Yeah, she tends to have this tendency to treat everything as a battle to face and overcome. It's kind of like reminds me of at the music festival. I love her. Return to sloth form for Yui. Is Yui gonna give back that mochi? I love Nautica's voice, it's so calming. Oh, I was like, did Salka give it to you or did you just nab it? It's gonna do a rain dance. It's another superstition. It's a bit. Can't say she's not motivated. Like, she's very motivated to not have it happen. Again, that's what it is with Yui all the time, right? It depends on the goal, if she really goes for it or not. gonna be a clean fight. Oh, I hate sports races. They're gonna be last. I love how she's slumping over. That's what she's scared of. Well, each of the girls will have their different motivations. Mugi's being very quiet. Looks so cute with her hair in a ponytail. So Jun is the Yui of the next K-On club. Is this the first time that they've met? Oh, that's right. Jun is slightly obsessed with Mio. Was Jun in Mio's fan club? I don't remember if she was there or not. Well, these three seem to be doing fine. Much more sportier than their senpais. Oh no. I love that Mugi is just following Yui. Oh, she came back for them. Just didn't feel right without the other girls. Noraka being a boss. She doesn't have Mio to motivate her anymore. Oh, that's that hill Sawako was talking about. uh, yeah, I get that. It's a good idea. That's more tiring though, I would feel. This is so hard. Those songs are already hard to sing just as they are. Oh god. I love that sound that she makes. Food. Like mochi. Yeah. Oh, she's so cute. She's probably thinking about like cheap fast food or like Mio's head smacks. Oh, Mio's lyrics. It's like so edgy. Oh, Moogie. Oh, so it is the first time that they've spoken, like these three older girls. I love that there's some interactions with Chun and the other girls. It's kind of like passing the baton on. Oh no. Yeah. Yui will make it happen. There's no such thing as impossible. He might have just found a stray cat or something. Mugi's voice. Oh my god, they're literally just standing right next to the road. That's right, the UFO club, right in the beginning. Well, I think Yui would be the one to abduct the aliens. I love that because this is K-On, we kind of know that it's not going to be something really serious. Yeah, it's going to be Yui visiting Oba-chan. Uh, oh, is this Oba-chan or is this the auntie? I think it's the auntie that she mentioned. It is Oba-chan. Oh, Auntie Tommy is Oba-chan. Okay. Ui. It's always Ui. Yeah, I don't know if Yui would have survived her childhood without Ui. And vice versa too. Uh, Azusa knows what to say to get Yui going. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, forget crossing the line together. It's like every girl for herself. Oh my god. I love this music. Oh my god, Mugi's face, all of their faces. Oh no, no. Mio. Oh, this is the rice bowl incident all over again, except she's wearing trackies. Wow. Oh, poor. Oh my gosh, those all for nothing. Oh my god, that was amazing. She got more fans for a fan club. The unison. Oh no, she's still looking for Yui. What is that? Okay. Oh, lyrics for this one too, please. Love this quiet intro before it goes mad. Oh, I love that Mugi has like the undone shirt and like the loose tie. Mia as well. Scribbles and free wishes. Whoa, you can't diss the power to dream. Okay. So it's very similar to Yui's song, but just expressed in a different way and expressed very differently musically. And also continuing on with the dream motif as well. Ah, so again, it's like the living in the moment kind of feeling. Let's pause here. What was that line? Sorry, I just want to go back. It's like adults can, what was it? Get lost in memories. Sweet grown up indulgences like losing yourself in memories. Something that'll. Okay, so oh, it's very interesting. Like it's kind of a different contrast to the last ED in that so Mia was the one who was meeting her future self and was like, oh, this is sort of the person that I'm going to mature into. And then here it's more of like more in keeping with the whole I'll enjoy myself now. I'm not going to just think back into the past or worry about the future. It's more about the here and the now. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, all right. Let's go to the next episode. Right, guys, we're all set for episode 16, Upperclassmen. If you guys are good to go, let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go. I love the cat on Azusa's cup. Oh, it's more Jun. I love how they play up so much on that Azusa Yui ship. And Azusa is always the one that's getting embarrassed. Yui, of course, is never. Oh, we don't get the lyrics again. Ah, yes. Oh, they've. I love how Ritsu's card has the kanji for president on them, like kind of like asserting dominance. And the rest of the girls just have their names on it. I also love that thing that it's very reminds you of magic, like Harry Potter. Also, what's happening here? It's like, oh, they like performing on a bunch of desks pushed together for like the other girls. I love, again, I've always loved the animation of Ritsu's drum playing. Even the motion of the sticks. Again, I love, so with the hugs at the end, when they hug both Ui and Jun, I just love, even like with these couple of episodes, they're having a lot more interactions between the two sets of girls. And I think it's just a nice way to bridge like the eventual graduation. Because it would be just strange if like we only focused on the 5 girls and then just kind of ignored Ui and Jun. Sure, Azusa. This Jun saw right through her. It's so funny that she's only noticing now. Oh, oh, that's so sweet. She's becoming like an amalgamation of all of these personalities. It's like the ultimate K-On, you know. It's like the baby is just absorbing all of their little quirks. Oh, a Mugi and Azusa episode? What is she doing? Oh, a sleepy voice is it's really something. I think she got addicted after she did that to Ritsu. Yay. I mean, we've never really seen these two alone together like this. Yeah. Oh no, Azus is going full on awkward mode. It's funny. As soon as someone mentions practice, Mickey's like, okay, that means I'll make some tea. So polite. Okay, is Mickey blushing at well, she does like physical contact, so looks good. Just gonna play it. Oh, it's a barcode. Oh, oh, don't break it. Okay, so the dynamic is Azusa just finds Mickey incredibly cute. Oh, she's a very good student. The question we all asked. It was because she saw Mio yelling at Ritsu. Ah, the little spot on her face. Oh my god, so damn cute. I love this breaking down of the barrier between these two. Oh, I kind of wanted it to keep going, this moment between them two. Are they all spying on them? Again, just an explicit saying, just explicitly telling us that this is an interesting dynamic. Oh, I wonder what Mugi's style is. Oh man, any episode that focuses on Mugi is a instant win for me. Oh, as a she is so deep down this rabbit hole. Oh, wow. This is just one-on-ones with Azusa with every girl? Well, these are the two that actually prioritize practice, right? Why are you staring so? It's very cute how starstruck Azusa still is with these girls. Ooh, yeah, nice. Uh, she killed it herself. Oh, there you go. Yes. Mickey's like, I'll get my personal tailor to help you. Oh, she's trying so hard. It's so funny because like all the instincts that Azusa had right from the start when we were first introduced to her have been totally corrupted. Oh, that's Ritsu's brother. Oh wow. Oh my gosh, they're such good friends. It's got a sticker on it. Oh, so cute. I love the two sets of drumsticks in Ritsu's room. She's a cook. Oh, marriage material meal. Ritzy just coming in with a surprise again. What, foxes? Dad has taste. Man, that's an impressive meal. That's right. Her two being like the old school Asian uncle type that's like, no, must have rice every meal. So she's discovering more and more about each of her senpais this episode. Ugh, it's gonna make it so much harder when they leave. The rest stop is the stop. Oh, that's Yui's 10. Yeah. Something wrong with Ton Ton. Being infected. Interestingly, Azusa is not awkward at all with Yui. It's like, yeah, she's taken on this, disciplinary relationship with Yui. Whereas with the other three, there was still a little bit of, um, idolizing, I guess. Not that she doesn't really respect Yui, but the relationship is just different. This is another love triangle. Oh wow, it's gonna be with Yui that they actually gonna do some practice. Plot twist. I'm so surprised too. How is it that she still doesn't know how to read music? That's amazing. I mean, there are like amazing guitarists who just go through without ever having had to learn how to read music and it works fine for them. Yeah, good point. Oh, they actually got stuff done. Yui. Is it? Yui's just letting her go. It's some deep Yui philosophizing. Tonchan is Tonchan. That's a great question. Like, who, what is Azusa's real identity? Like, is it the gung ho practice all the time girl, or was she maybe a bit more in tune with the others? Oh, it's a keychain. All the different clubs. Oh, that was amazing. What has Sawako been up to? I can't tell if she's talking to like a friend or like a pet cat. Is this for like another festival or something? A cat cafe? Oh my, that was great. Oh, and the bag that just kind of flops onto the rest of the. Oh, the details, man. That was so interesting. Okay, I have to process the episode while we watch this ED. I love how they don't smile in this. It's all just straight faces. They mean business, like hands in pockets. Oh, okay, they do smile there. But even Mugi looks so solemn. I love that guitar, the da 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 da. Just that riff. And also love the use of the sky. Sky again being a very Ravenclaw thing of um I guess freedom, like which is what Mio is singing about here. It's like open sky, we can fly wherever we want, fly however high we want. Not be tied to any memories or our past selves. Okay, that was great. Another two great episodes. Okay, let's do a quick breakdown of these two episodes and then I'm gonna throw it over to you guys. So, episode 15 felt like more of the fun romp style of episode that K-On does so well, but still using the time honored tactic of planting a very small detail at the beginning of the episode. So, it was Yui picking up one of Sawako's mochis in the back of her car and eating it and then having that come around right at the end and acting as the final motivator for Yui and the others to push hard at the end of the race. And I guess my favorite moment was when just before Azusa calls out to Yui, warning her that there might not be enough mochi to go around. I think it was Mugi who was saying how, oh, it doesn't matter as long as you all finish the race together. the very nice feelings, right? And then as soon as there's this element of competition thrown in, it's like all bets are off the table, all friendships cancelled, and they all give it their all to win. I thought that was just that was a great switch. I also feel like episode 15 was a great setup for the next episode because it showed how the attitude of the Light Music Club has always been to take a whole bunch of rest stops, as Azusa put it, to enjoy each other's company and to take it slow, not really push so hard to get to a certain destination or achieve a certain goal. Even though, when they do have something like a concert to perform, they do practice hard and they do well. And so in episode 16, when Azusa is trying so hard to revert back to her true self, the one that prioritizes practice above all else, and whipping the band into shape, it's fascinating how there's that question that hangs over everything that happens. Did Azusa really lose herself to the powerful or overpowering influence of the other four girls, or did she actually come into her own and set her real self free? And who she really is actually fits in perfectly with the take it moment by moment approach of the Light Music Club. And there's multiple confirmations that Azusa hasn't lost her own identity, and Yui says as much. Azusa is Azusa, and she might have evolved and become more comfortable with the way that the Light Music Club is run, but that doesn't mean that's a bad thing or something that she has to fight. It's more accepting that as you grow up, you'll learn different ways of thinking and being, and you will be influenced by others, especially your friends. And that change doesn't always have to be negative. In fact, it would be strange if you never evolved as a person and never learned positive lessons from others around you. And then, of course, we got that awesome joke at the end with Azusa assuming that all waitresses have cat ears. And that was something that was totally her. And again, confirming that she is a total fit for the Light Music Club. As well as, I guess I just appreciated throughout that whole episode how Azusa gets some alone time with each of the senpais. And yeah, again, it's just filling out the relationship web and the details of how each pairing has very different dynamics. So yeah, that marks another 2 episodes of K-On! Down. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along, and we have we do have 8 episodes to go, plus the movie, so we've got a decent amount of runtime left of this show. So until next we sit down for some more K-On! Goodness, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And yeah, let me know any thoughts that you guys have. And I will see you guys all soon.